By now, you've heard 5 strategies for setting and reaching growth goals. But what does that look like practically in a classroom setting? I believe it starts with the implementation of the capable student approach. This approach is all about developing every student's potential. As instructors, we have to recognize students' needs, but refuse to lower our expectations. We can implement this by working with students on a plan to meet academic goals. Which brings us to tip number 1. Advise students to define their goals by identifying in clear terms what they hope to accomplish. This may look like having your students create a vision board at the beginning of the semester. It would include 5 goals they would like to accomplish, 5 potential areas of weakness or things that would otherwise prevent them from accomplishing their goals, and 5 combative strategies that will help them meet their goal even in the midst of challenges. Some students may report handing in every assignment on time as a simple goal. However, a lack of self-discipline, organization skills, and time management skills can easily prevent a student from achieving this goal. One potential strategy is for students to take printed copies of their syllabi, highlight each assignment and their due dates, transfer this information to a calendar they can hang on their wall and reference as often as they need. A larger goal for some students may be to maintain a 4.0 GPA. With this goal in mind, we would refer to tip number 2. With this tip, we remind students big goals are achieved through hard work and planning. This may look like handwriting notes for better retention instead of typing them, creating a paper or e-filing system for each class, eating a nutritious breakfast, and ensuring that you get at least 7 hours of sleep per night to ensure that you function optimally for the day. Finally, students should implement 2 to 3 hours of study time for every 1 hour of class instruction. Number 3. At the beginning of a new unit, project, or assignment, instructors can implement a graphic organizer. This allows students to see their thought process on paper. A student majoring in psychology may have a unit on developmental psychology. This will be labeled as the topic in the graphic organizer. Students can then identify subtopics within the course such as intellectual growth in early childhood development, media effects on violent behavior, the effects of long-term childhood trauma, online communication, friendships, and social media use in adolescence, and the psychology of adult development and aging, just to name a few. Students should then ponder why it's important for them to learn these concepts. Learning and understanding these concepts will not only benefit their grade, but potentially translate into a successful career. Number 4. Celebrate small wins. For some students, this can look like becoming very task-oriented. Consider the many tasks associated with developing a research paper. One professor may assign a 5 to 10 page paper with references cited in APA format with at least 5 different kinds of sources, including 1 book, a scholarly journal article, an informative video, and more. And that may be the minimum criteria for some professors. For students, a small or incremental win may look like finishing your cover page and proceeding well into the second page of the paper, finally narrowing down 5 reputable sources, or as previously mentioned, developing a planning page for the paper to provide a mental guideline and otherwise give students a sense of direction. These efforts are increasingly beneficial if students receive positive feedback or praise for their efforts. Number 5. Help students think through the process of accomplishing a goal. From start to finish, students should have a measurable plan for success. In a 17-week semester, students could have a goal of averaging 170 hours of studying, or 10 hours of studying per week. During the semester, students can keep a written log or a journal to track the hours they spent studying each week. If students are ever low on their weekly quota, They can easily make up hours on their own schedule. Quizzes and exams can serve as a gauge as to the effectiveness of the student's individual study. If the test scores do not reflect the student's efforts, they can regroup, adjust, and repair, perhaps even try different methods of study. While some learn best through oral communication, others require visual aids or a more engaging kinesthetic combination of the two. The next time you gaze over your curriculum, considering the content and your delivery, consider the growth and professional development of your students. Are you invested in their success? Assuming you are, it will be worthwhile to implement these 5 strategies for reaching growth goals.